All right, we close this guy up. All right, so let's see it. So actually, I'm logged in for the first time in like 20 years.
That must be wrong.
I know. So we're going to be using, we're going to be using my audio. So we're gonna have to talk loud, I guess.
No.
Yeah, we'll see if I can figure out how to get this.
Excellent. Tired of this rain yet? Yeah. I've been tired of it. I'm fine. I thought it was supposed to be sunny today. It's a little iffy there. My forecast is it's sunny and it doesn't show anything.
All right, so we'll see. We get the extra monitor here. Oh, it's working, I think. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so we're gonna do a duplicate screen. Oh, it's actually okay, we're good. If we can get rid of the bottom thing, we'll be all set. All right, so we're locked. Go back up to Zoom. I'm gonna go full screen here. All right. All right, so that's looking promising, looking like it's supposed to.
You can X out that box at least.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pause this.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Catherine. All right, so I think we're supposed to start off with introductions. So I'm Mark Rivers. We have, we'll go around, see if the audio recording.
Howard Kinder. Catherine Hilton. Mary David.
And online we have David Green and Eric Stocker. All right, the first thing on our agenda is just to review and approve the minutes of our last meeting. Does anyone have any comments or thoughts on it?
I think they were good.
Move to approve. Second.
Second.
Vote, you have to vote on it officially?
Yeah.
John? John says yes.
Aye. Yes. Mary, yes.
Dave?
Yes.
Eric?
Yes.
And Mark is yes also. Okay, excellent. All right. Second agenda item is the E. coli water testing. I gave up trying to make contact with the guy who does the Lake Wyola sampling, the beach sampling. And so I did it myself. I went to Howard Labs and got a sample bottle and brought back the sample and brought it to them. We just got the results back. So the sample was taken, I think, on Wednesday. And we had a reading of 80, which is good. And this is after some rain that we had the day before. I think we had an inch of rain. And so it was surprisingly good. So that's all good signs. The Lake Wyola beaches are all very good. All of them less than 100. I think a lot of the highest reading we had was 80, somewhere in that range. And so from E. coli perspective, the lake is looking really good. I'm not sure I haven't been watching the State Beach, but they were closed quite a bit over the year, but that's their problem. Not the red flag. Yeah,
They've got it again? Oh, shit.
and so, but just to remind everybody, they measure in Cherokee and we measure E. coli. And so they have the issues and we don't. When I had talked to the manager of State Park, he wanted to understand our readings, so I sent him our data. And he said he'd send me his data, and he never has.
I sent him an email after you mentioned that, and he said he was interested in sharing, but he was going to be away the following week. So I think he's probably just fallen off his radar, but I'll get in touch with him again and see what we can find.
Okay, good.
That's assuming that he has the data. That other guy, Steve Hubbard, claimed not to have the data.
Okay. If we wanted to have some fun with them, we could ask for the data from the Concom stuff. Yeah, so they're supposed to do water testing in spring on the sample wells.
Oh, the monitoring well.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I suspect Odie even knows about that.
yeah.
But we'll leave that up for now. All right, so any questions on E. coli testing? Okay, good. Let's see here. Next thing is update on the dam inspection and notice of intent. So basically, we haven't picked a company, an engineering company yet. I'm not sure how many people responded to the request for proposal. I know one company did, GZA. And I'm not sure if anybody else responded. I haven't checked Becky on it. But that's still in the process. I don't know if we can go with just one company.
If we only get one bid, surely,
We can.
I would think.
Yeah, yes, you can.
Yeah, we have to show that we solicited bids, but we can't just stop a project because nobody bid. There's only one bid's on it.
Okay, so anyway, so that's good. So that means we have our ace in the hole, so to speak. And so their quote was for like 45 grand a year for to start working on notice of intent and all the chapter 91 licenses, and they knew exactly what needed to be done. And so I think they're quality, they're gonna be a good company if they're the ones we pick. There is one of our things on our agenda is the sluice gate repair proposal from substrate testing. I'm not sure if anybody had a copy of that. Let me see. I will actually, it was with you.
You sent it
Secretary, yeah.
twice.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
So the question is, what's everybody's thought on that?
Was that looking to do it before you do the NOI?
Yeah, this is a dam repair, so it has nothing to do with the notice of intent. It has nothing to do with any dirt or touching the ground. It's really a guy crawls in there, and with I think a hose that pushes out cement and plugs up the leak from the inside out.
They built, or had to drill some holes to do it also.
Okay, and so I guess the question is do we make a recommendation, or we don't have to make a recommendation to use this guy, or do we wait until an engineering company has been hired and sign a contract with them and let them make the call?
I would think you get it done with this company.
Okay, so Howard suggested we get it done now. Any other thoughts?
Are you the person that'll help him? It says he needs a second person.
Could, but I don't think so. I think he wanted to put he said he'd have to have a third person when somebody went in the phone.
I can be down there and help out. And
And
I'm sure Walter would be interested in being down there. He's crawled up there many a time.
Yeah,
So I don't think that's an issue.
it's for safety reasons.
Yeah. I rope around his legs.
Yeah,
Right.
just don't put it on his neck.
What else? Jeff arrived. Oh, how you doing? Good morning. Good, how are you? Good.
Yeah, it looks reasonable to me.
Any thoughts, Dave or Eric?
Yeah, I agree.
I think-
I agree with Howard. Do it.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Howard as well. That's how he feels. We should do it.
John? You're supporting that here, Captain? Okay, so so as an advisory committee, we can advise the select board to go ahead with it. I'm not sure about the financial aspects of it, where the money comes from, and whether it has to be, done this year or next year, but money's available.
All we need to do is make a recommendation that they proceed to this
Right.
with all deliberate speed, and then it's up to them to figure out when and how and how to pay for it.
Yep.
They don't like this company, but somebody else.
And, you know, I doubt they're gonna,
You
Okay, excellent.
so you will write a letter?
I'll send an email, so the email works to select board with the proposal and to Becky. And say we discussed it and we recommend moving ahead.
Good.
Excellent. All right, next item on the agenda is the culvert replacement project. So I think everybody knows what's going on with that. You know, I resurrect based on suggestion in Eric's body. I got Bill Elliott's water flow meter out of the my attic and brought it back to life, and this is the first time I ever used it, but went down and measured the flow rates and did the calculations on, you know, on the volume of water flowing. I also sent the data off to the guy from Matt from Niche Engineering, and independently he came up with the same answers I came up with, which is nice.
Excellent.
And so the first day I measured it, it was like 10 cubic feet per second. The next day I measured it, it was down to 6, and so Becky was all excited.
Then it rained.
Yeah, and then it rained. We had 1.3 inches of rain, and it was up to 20. And so I think that's kind of still the fate for the project. It says we, you know, we don't really have any choice but to go with the bigger pipe, because we can get an inch of rain at any time. And at 20 feet, 20 cubic feet per second, it would have overwhelmed everything. So, the decision was to move forward with bigger pipe, and we're moving along. Any questions? Or comments?
When will the road be back open again, Mark?
I don't think they know. I think it's like,
Okay.
worst case is November.
All right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good deal. I mean, I think it's gonna work out pretty well. I think the ball is in the Conservation Committee's court now. That is to say, we have to amend the order of conditions and time of year. There have to be some amendments to the original order of conditions. I don't know if there's any issues with that. I don't think there will be, but hopefully there won't be. And they'll start. I think they start in the water work September 4th. I want to say something. I don't have it right in front of me, but I believe it's September 4th. Theoretically finishing that by mid-October. You know, I think November 1st is sort of the shooting for date for getting it all buttoned up, which isn't all that bad compared to what the original estimates were. It's going to cost about $25,000 more than we thought it was going to cost to put in a bigger pipe, but if that's the price of doing it now and getting it done and buttoning it up and all that, the thought was, let's just do it. So here we are.
Yeah, I think that's very reasonable.
Mhm.
I think everybody seems to be ecstatic about it. So.
Yeah. Well, if it all works, right. If it works, it'll be great. But I think it will. Theoretically, it will.
All right. Any other comments about the solar project or any questions? All right. Excellent. Next item on the agenda is the FERCog watershed-based plan. Last Saturday, a bunch of people, maybe 20 people walked around
20.
the lake.
Yeah.
It was a big group. Yep.
We basically pointed out, you know, we walked around and showed everybody that we had previously shown them, a few more issues came up. One issue was, I guess, Wyola Drive. There was a lady there who said she has, there's a lot of issues there that I wasn't aware of.
Merrill Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's on Merrill.
Merrill Drive, okay. I wasn't aware of, and so, Tamsin was gonna go, connect up with her at a later date and check it out, so, Pine Drive, we walked down Pine Drive and, looked at that area, which really wasn't really too much included in the first go around. So actually, it was a very good visit. Um, Eric, you were there. Any other comments?
No, I agree. It was a very good visit, very well attended. I'm a little unclear about what our next step should be. That's the only, I kind of walked away thinking, all right, now what do we do? We know there's a problem or problems. Now what do we do?
Well, Tamsin was talking about getting engineering studies and, you know, geo-terrain studies and all kinds of other studies. And having an updated, accepted, watershed-based plan will put us in a position where we can apply for that stuff.
So that was my understanding also. So they're gonna finish, they're gonna finish the watershed-based plan. And, with that, they can apply, I think they're gonna apply for a 319 grant,
Oh,
Right.
excellent.
to do all of the design work to address all the issues. And once that's done, hopefully we'll get approved, and I'm fairly confident we'll get approved with that. For some reason, I know there's money that they want to push towards Western Massachusetts state funding, and so you know, I'm fairly optimistic we'll get funding to get design work for done and all the studies we need done. After that, I'm not sure what the next phase is, but at least we'll have to find the problem and to find the solution. And in my mind, if it gets broken, the last 319 grant that we had included like 20 different things, and we were able to get like 10 of them done, and or something like that. And some they didn't do. You know, there was a variety of stuff, and I have a copy of. I have a copy of that someplace, or Tamsin has a copy of it. And so, so the idea is then, either we'll apply for more funding or grants. And she lists a number of them that are available. And at the very least, individual groups can work on individual parts of the project. You know, the Lake Wyola Association could do a little bit. The town could do a little bit. And even if you don't get everything done, you get the big items. It'll make an improvement. It's all about incremental change. Any other thoughts?
Well, I think one of the big things that came out of this, to me anyway, was there's always been this question about whether or not, well, will a state give us money to work on private roads and all that kind of thing? And my sense is they will. So that was good, I think.
Yeah, that's what my discussion with Tamsin was a year ago. Is that they're pretty confident that they will. It's not an overwhelming issue. It's not a roadblock.
Right.
So it's all very, very positive. Any other comments, suggestions? All right, so they'll be finishing that up in the next month or two, I think. And we'll go from there when we hear back from them. And I'll check in for our next meeting. I'll check in with Tamsin and see what's going on. Okay. Next item on the agenda is items that we didn't anticipate. Any other things to add to the agenda?
Wow, 20 minutes.
Well, I know.
That's a meeting I like. Before the generator even goes off, we're done.
We can't exit the meeting until the generator kicks us off.
Great job, Mark. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, everybody. I'll put together the minutes and
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Yep. Second.
All right, we're
favor.
done.
Hi.
See you, folks.
Thank you
Thanks,
very much.
everybody.
Good
Take
to see
care.
everybody.
Good to not have any issues for a change, right?
Really?